그녀가 왔다. 틸다 스윈튼. 봉준호 감독이 지휘한 글로벌 프로젝트 설국열차의 히로인. 범접할 수 없는 연기력의 소유자. 그녀가 국내 방송 최초로 백지연의 피플 인사이드의 인터뷰에 응했다. 마치 지상의 것이 아닌 듯한 오묘한 외모. 양극단의 캐릭터를 오가면서도 자연스러웠던 연기. 때론 소신 있는 발언과 행동에 앞장서왔던 틸다 스윈튼. 영화를 사랑하는 사람이라면 누구나 한 번쯤 스크린 속의 그녀와 사랑에 빠졌으리라. I watched that movie, Snowpiercer. It was great, and you played the role of Mason. It was really interesting to observe Masons. Tell us about Mason.
Mason is what I look like underneath all my makeup.
Oh, really? Really?
Mason is, a sort of monster.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mason is the politician on the train. And when director Bong first met me, I said I would do something as long as it was fun. So I think he went away and thought about it. Yes. And at that stage, Mason was written as a mild-mannered man in a suit. So we sort of worked together to construct this crazy clown.
Lots of people are waiting for that movie.
But Mason's a monster.
I know, but that's because of you. You made Mason as a not lovable but interesting person. Yes.
As director Bong says, Mason is cute.
Yes, because you portray her as a cute person.
Well,
but she is a terrifying person.
Yeah.
He's a kind of model. Worst model leader. But he looks funny sometimes.
Yeah, but
So-
they do. These leaders do look very funny sometimes, don't you think?
You mean in general?
Yeah. If you look on the front of the newspapers,
Yes, true.
present ones also, but recent, they have these medals that they give themselves.
Yes.
Sometimes they even make them themselves, and they stick them on their jackets, and they dye their hair, or they wear wigs, and they present themselves as some kind of strange monster.
Yes.
And they're very often funny, I think.
True. So we'll talk about Mason. How did you come up with the way you wanted to perform in the shoes of Mason?
It was a strange sort of... It was like a child's game putting it together, really. Director Bong came to visit me in Scotland,
Yes.
and we were in my house, and we were taking pieces of my children's dressing up box, and we were just playing. And
Together?
Together.
Wow.
We had some stupid glasses. In fact, the first glasses, spectacles that we put on, they are the ones in the film. We put it together quite fast. It was not a long process, but it was like being children of 6. You know, when children play and
Yes.
somebody pretends to be the dog and somebody pretends to be the old gentleman. It was just like that. It was very simple.
처음 공개된 이야기였다. 설국열차에서의 메이슨의 안경이 이렇게 해서 선택됐다니. 사실 이 안경뿐만 아니라 들창코, 어색한 가발까지 틸다의 아이디어가 아닌 것은 없었다. 하지만 광기 어린 지배자의 때론 괴물 같고 때론 우스꽝스러운 모습을 만들어 그녀만의 메이슨을 만드는 과정엔 봉준호 감독이 있었다. 이렇게 서로 영감을 주고받으며 캐릭터를 완성해가는 배우와 감독 사이가 과연 흔할까? What did Director Bong ask you to how to portray Mason?
He showed me early on, he showed me a photograph of a lady that we found, a woman we called the Bird Lady, and there was something about her. She didn't look exactly like what we eventually made, but she was the beginning, a little bit hunched, with glasses, and then I just brought in all sorts of strange personal references of my own, which I can't even tell you about. People from my childhood, and
Yes.
yeah, but really the project was for Director Bong and I to amuse each other.
Yeah.
We just decided to keep amusing each other. So I would do something to make him laugh, and then he would ask me to do something to make us both laugh, and we just played like that.
So it's compared.
A little bit.
So who won?
I think we both won.
There was a scene in the movie. Mason takes out her false teeth.
It wasn't spontaneous. I'm trying to remember whose idea it was.
틸다 언니가 왜 갑자기 중간에 틀니를 빼요?
그건 원래 시나리오에 있었던 건 아닌데
그걸 왜 넣었지 싶더라고요. 저 감독의 뜻이 뭐였지? 저게 왜 들어갔지?
저는 그거는 사실 제가 제안한 거였는데 예, 그 분장실에서 이제 분장이 시간이 오래 걸리잖아요.
네,
매일같이.
네.
그 분장하는 걸 옆에서 보니까 뭐 코에도 뭐 넣고 뭐 이만한 안경 틀리는데 되게 재밌는데 틀니를 끼우는 모습을 옆에서 보고 있는데
네.
아예 영화에서 틀니를 소개하면 어떨까? 빼면 재밌겠다 생각이 드는 거예요. 그래서 틸다한테 그 얘기를 했더니 또 너무 좋아하는 거예요. 진짜 재밌겠다. 그래서
I used to do it while we were shooting. I used to take them out because they're kind of tough
yes.
to wear. And I think he liked the look of it, and he said, I
see.
think I said maybe I should do it in the film, and he liked the idea. So we were looking for the moment. I wanted my wig to come off at one point, and
Yes.
we just played with these ideas. And then the moment came, and he said, maybe this is the moment you take your teeth out.
It is funny. How would you explain the scene?
I wouldn't explain it. I think it's just flavor. It's like trying to explain the flavor of food. It's just something that we felt like doing. You know, Mason is this construct. In a way, she doesn't exist. In fact, who knows if she's really a woman? Maybe she's a man. Her subordinates call her sir. So maybe she's a transvestite. I don't know. None of us really decided. She was originally supposed to be a man, so maybe she's still a man, and she has this wig, and she has this makeup and this suit. I don't know. And these teeth also, they are a part of her makeup. And so we wanted to start to break her down.
Last week, I had an interview with director Bong. Actually, he sent a short message for you. Let's have a quick look. 틸다 언니한테 이제 곧 뵐 거니까 화면으로 한번 인사해 줄 수 있으세요?
틸다 언니, 여기 그냥 평소 하시던 대로 하시면 돼요. 네. 평소가 제일 재밌어요. 재밌는 누님이죠. 본인이 평소에 삶 자체가 그렇게 재밌고 다이나믹하고 역동적이에요. 그런 것들이 정말 영화에서도 표현이 되는 것 같아요. 어떻게 보면은 여자 송강호 같은 느낌?
Yes. He described you as a person of humor. Yes. Why are you laughing? What are you thinking?
I would say it takes one to know one.
He told me many good things about you. And he also told me that you, on movie set, you always go for the fun.
Of course.
What do you think about yourself?
I think life's too short not to go for the fun, especially on a movie set. No, I mean, I started making films with very a kind of familial atmosphere. With a filmmaker I knew very well, and I worked with him for 9 years through 7 films. And this atmosphere of fun, that's really what I know. I'm not very professional.
You are.
Well, no, I'm really a proper amateur in the best sense, I think. I really love this atmosphere. And so when it's fun, it's the best, and it's definitely fun on director Bong's set.
Yes.
It feels very familiar to me. It's like those sets that I knew when I first started making films with Derek Jarman.
I totally agree with what you said. Fun is the best, but when you say you are not professional, what is your definition of professionalism or professional?
Well, maybe what I mean is that I feel genuinely lucky and spoiled because I've always been given opportunities to really enjoy what I do. I've very seldom been in a situation when I've had to feel alienated from my colleagues or lonely or doing things I didn't want to do. And I've heard people making films, or I've read about people saying sometimes they're in these situations. They are professionals. They are people who are managed to pull it together even in those difficult situations. I've never been in those difficult situations. I've been really, really spoiled. And so for that reason, I call myself an amateur.
Oh, I see.
It's really for love.
Where do you put emphasis on when you're acting then?
It's about keeping oneself awake.
Awake.
And I think I have a very low boredom threshold. I think I just want to keep amused and curious. And if you can do that in collaboration with your colleagues, especially with the director,
Yes.
because that's the primary conversation, if you can keep yourself, the two of you, involved in this developing curiosity, that's the best. Because then every take, you go, okay, let's do it again, and let's make each other interested in a new way. And so there's this feeling of building something together. That I love, and I definitely was able to find that with director Bong.
Sometimes it is easy to communicate with directors, but sometimes it's not. How did you find working with director Bong?
So easy, so easy.
So easy.
It's very strange for me to have to say we only made one film together, because I feel as if we have been working for years together.
Really?
It feels very sympathetic, and as I say, it's like a kind of family shorthand we have.
You know, Chris Evans once described director Bong as a borderline genius.
Borderline.
Yes. So, what do you think of his comment?
I love the idea of someone being a borderline genius.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say borderline something else. I think he's a master. I truly think he's a great artist, and I think that his fingerprint is on all of his work. And I haven't seen a piece of work by him that doesn't bear this fingerprint. And that's what I mean by a master. He had his entire identity is in his work. It so happens that the particular atmosphere of his films is something that I find really nourishing. This atmosphere of kind of romantic pessimism. You know, and also he's incredibly humane as a filmmaker.
Yes,
He's
true.
always interested in the human spirit. And just when you're getting involved in one kind of tendency, he will throw a little curve.
I see.
And I love that very much.
그리고 봉준호 감독은 DNA가 일치하지는 않으나 매우 친한 사촌 같은 가족이라고 말한다. 그러면서 덧붙인다. 두 번째 찾은 내 가족이자 베스트 프렌드라고. 그녀는 영화를 통해 교감하고 믿음을 쌓은 이들을 가족이라고 부르고 싶어 했다. 그래서였는지도 모른다. 굳이 국적을 가르고 민족과 인종의 편가르기를 좋아하는 이들이 국적에 관한 질문을 할 때 그녀는 늘 이렇게 말했다. 국적이 중요한 것이 아니다. 영화를 통해 나는 새로운 가족을 얻었다고.